What's happening, Hoodlum Gang? Welcome back to my channel. This your boy, Hoodie from the Hood, aka your friend from that big old end, and I'm back at y'all with another video. But before we get started, if you happen to be new to the channel, you want to become a member of the Hoodlum Gang, all you got to do is hit that subscribe button, like the video, leave me a comment down below, share the video, tell a friend to tell a friend, hit that notification bell, and go on over to IG and follow me at Hoodie from the Hood. Before we get into the story, two things. Andrew Schulz, that dude's a weirdo. A lot of people know of Andrew Schulz recently for making the comments about Kendrick Lamar, because Kendrick Lamar said something alluding to something that he said, didn't even say his name, and he responded how he responded. Kendrick Lamar was actually speaking to the people who sat around while it happened. He didn't say nothing to that man. He couldn't say what he can and can't say. He was looking at the people that was sitting around him, and he responded with a whole zesty rant. Some of y'all may know him from the Brilliant Idiots podcast with Charlemagne. But I actually remember him prior to that from a show on, I believe it was MTV2, Guy Code and Girl Code. That's where he originally came from. That's where he popped up on my radar. The reason I know, because I was locked up at the time and they used to come on TV. That was something that will always be on TV. So that's where I remember Andrew Schulz from. Then later on, the Brilliant Idiots. Now he's doing the whole stand-up thing. Never thought he was funny. Thought his response was, I don't know what that was, man. But that wasn't it. But he's a weirdo, homie, you know, and his response to Kendrick alluding to something that he said just lets you know all you need to know about the type of person he is. Number two, the allegations against Jay-Z. That came out of left field. Like I said, you know, I don't put these celebrities on a higher pedestal, homie. I don't sit up here and, you know, a lot of people act like their stuff is above them or they're above us, and they people, homie. I don't know that man. Did he do it? Did he not do it? In due time, we'll see. What I will say is it sounds fishy to me that these allegations come out of nowhere. Then the story, like, a 13-year-old girl was at a Hollywood party, and this is where this allegedly happened at. Like, what was she doing at this party? Where was her parents? Who let her in this party? Why was she alone at this party? It don't make no sense to me. The individual is the same age as me, because this happened in 2001 and they was 13. You know, so this person is 36 now. Why it took so long, I don't know. And his response was classy, and like he said, where's the criminal suit? Why is it only a civil suit? Let's make it criminal. If you sure that this is what happened, y'all trying to put this on my name. Like I said, it's not for me to judge whether it happened or not. I know a lot of people been wanting to tie Jay-Z to Diddy. I see it all over the internet ever since he first went down. And I didn't even believe Diddy did no stuff like that. He probably did some sick stuff, but I don't know, man. I don't know about no little kids, man. But that's a whole nother topic. Now, I've been rambling long enough. Let's get into this quick story. This was inspired, my bad, excuse me, by two other content creators. One being Cartoon. He had did a story this is probably a few weeks ago, where he was talking about, I think, giving a pass. I want to say giving a pass. Yeah. Then I seen 89 on Up. Shout out to 89 on Up. I want to say 2 days ago, or what's today? Thursday? This might have been Tuesday, where he told a story where he was given a pass. A little incident happened up at a Chuck E. Cheese, on the borderline of his hood in the Overhill 60s. And he said various other hoods used to go up there. and somebody drew down and had him, point blank range and coulda, but it never happened. Plus, I have been asked in the past, have I ever given a pass or gotten a pass? I mean, if you haven't, homie, you probably wasn't outside. So I'm gonna tell this story real fast of a time where I was given a pass, but it still ended up going left. But anyways, so this is about 2003, and if you're familiar with me on my story, you hear me refer to an area as Oak Park. You also hear me refer to a school called SCPA in Paradise Hills. If you ever seen my street TV interview when I was sitting at the park and I spoke on this school. So I was going there at the time, and we would take school buses. They have buses that will bus people all over the city. And I was actually living in Emerald Hills at the time. But prior to that, I lived in Oak Park. I also lived over in the 30s on 33rd and Webster for a while. But Oak Park primarily. So I still could get on that bus and go to Oak Park, or I could go to the one by Emerald Hills back by John Adams. If you from Southeast San Diego, you know what I'm talking about. John Adams being located behind Famart. That's our local swap meet for those who don't know. So you could get on certain buses. So this day I went to Oak Park. As soon as I get off the bus, I'm across the street on 54th and Redwood. There's a liquor store right there. Tradewinds. It's still there. It's on the corner. So I get off the school bus and I look across the street and I see two people that I recognize as the homie EJ. A lot of y'all know EJ. He went to SCPA. Tall dude, probably about 6'5", 6'6", skinny, Skyline affiliate, and the homie Jose, Che. He was from Oak Park Locos. Them two was like this. So they was across the street. So I see them. They don't see me yet. I get off the bus. I'm like, all right, boom. There goes some people right there, that I know that I'm finna go kick it with. Now, they focus on some cars. It was some cars going up 54th, like towards East Dago. And if you familiar with Crenshaw in LA, but further down in Inglewood, like over by Crenshaw and Century, by the Crenshaw Mafias, you got the main street, and then you got those side streets off to the side, but they still go the same direction as the main street. But you know what I mean? You could drive off to the side, and I can't really explain it, but if you know, you know. So I'm right there, and they're on the other side of the street. But like I said, it's them little side streets. You can still drive down the little side street, but it's the same as going up 54th. So they looking at the cars, and the cars is banging and he banging. Now, mind you, EJ is flamed up from head to toe. Red rag hanging out his right pocket. This is how he used to be. And anybody who know EJ, like I said, Skyline affiliate, whether he from there or not, I don't know. He always been claiming it. But the homie is not, how do I say this without trying to put him down? The homie is not really like that. You know what I mean? If you see him, like I said, he tall. He's a, if you just see the nigga, you might be like, oh, but once you start talking to him and you see him, he's not really like that. But he carried himself like this. Now, I forgot what I was wearing. I think I was just wearing neutral colors, black or something. You know what I mean? I might have some 501s on, some black chucks, whatever the case is. I can't even remember. I know for sure I was wearing neutral colors, but I mean the full outfit. And then he with the homie Jose. So like I said, so when I get off the bus, I see them, and he banging on the cars, and the cars is banging back on him. So I see this. It's broad daylight. It's like 3 o'clock, maybe 4. I see this, and I'm like, oh, shit, here we go. So I walk across the street, and I greet the homie. I'm like, what's up? What was that? He was like, oh, they was some. Now, him being from Skyline Piru, they don't necessarily get along with a few other Damu sets. You know what I mean? So I meet him right there by the tire shop. The tire shop is right across from the liquor store. It's right there. So they standing right there. So I'm like, what's up? So we start talking, what's up? We gonna smoke, drink, whatever the case is. What we on? Yeah, we finna do all that. So we start walking back down 54th. And it's an alley right there, and then it's like a small little church right there, and then there's some apartments. Now the homie lived in those apartments. Well, a few homies then lived in them apartments over time. So we get by the apartments, and he say, there go that car. Now I'm trying to think if the homie Quincy was there or if the homie Lil Man was there. I don't know. I think it was Quincy. Quincy, you gonna see this. So the car is coming. I don't even know where Quincy came from. Or was Quincy there or not? I don't know, man. It was somebody else there. So the car pull up. They pull up. Now I'm right there. I see they're like in a Cutlass or something like that. So I see a nigga in the back seat, and you know how them seats just push up. You ain't got to hit the little side he trying to push the person in the passenger seat, and the driver just looking. I recognize the person in the passenger seat. It's one of the twins. I can't remember who it was at the time. I don't know if it was Reggie or Rodney. I can tell the difference between them two. Everybody in San Diego know Reggie and Rodney. I don't remember who it was at the time. Like I said, I know the difference between them. Rodney is a little swoller, and Rodney always had the hanger. Rodney, rest in peace. Whatever happened with that, or whatever happened with him in general, with his section, ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just telling the story. This is about 2004. And like I said, everybody knew them. Everybody knew their names. Their names rung bells, whatever. They had reputable names. So anyways, whichever one of the twins it was, he see me, and he like, nah, blood, nah, it's boo, let's go. He like, what's up? He like, what you doing? I'm like, shit, chilling. Like I said, the first time they rolled by, I wasn't with them niggas. I was getting off the bus across the street. They never saw me. They was focused on him because he's standing out here looking like banging on wax. You know what I mean? He flamed up from head to toe, and he banged on the car. So once they see me, he like, nah. Like, that ain't happening. The nigga in the back seat trying to push the seat up like, blood, let me, you know what I mean? I hear the nigga. And I've been knowing Reggie and Rodney since the 90s, you know what I mean? When everybody used to be on Groveland and all that. So he like, man, you better be careful out here. And this is how I know it was 2003. And if Mitchie Slick see this, he know, because he had a mixtape out called Double XL. And Double XL, whatever the case, them was the name of the mixtapes. So one of the twins tell me, be careful out here. Niggas is riding around with Double XL guns. And he says something and clack or whatever, which you know that's what Mitchie Slick say. So I'm like, all right, for sure. They drive off. I'm getting at this nigga. Like, man, what the, like, you stupid. I'm, like I said, he not really built like that. So I'm telling him, like, and he fried, you know what I mean? And as we talking, the second car pull up. Remember I said it was two cars. The first car just happened to have one of the twins in it. So he recognized me, and he like, not going down, even though the nigga that was in the back seat was persistent and trying to get out and do whatever he had to do. They drove off. As soon as they drove off and they come back on the main street on 54th, the other car pull up. And I don't know none of these niggas. So when they pull up, they like, what's up, blood? Was bracking. And we kind of look like, and the niggas start reaching for something, and they doors start popping open. And I think it was Quincy. If you see this, Quincy, let me know. Quincy start pushing me. He like, nigga, either it's Quincy or it's Lil Man. It's one of them two. I'm in front of him though. We in the walkway to go into the apartments. Quincy like, go, nigga, they got a gun. He start pushing me. So I'm not finna be like, let me wait and see if they got, all I know is we don't got a gun. I don't know if they got a gun. We don't got a gun. I'm not about to stick around to find out. Like I said, I don't know these niggas in this second car. I only knew one nigga in the first car. So when them doors start popping and he said they got a gun, let's go, pew, we out of here. We all gone. We break through the apartments. Now, I grew up in this area, so I know everything about this area. So I'm going to get away. And so is the homies, because we be over here every day. So we break through the apartments. We end up in the alley. We hit a fence. We end up like in some little whatever, some canyon or some type of shit. We end up getting away. We end up posting up for about an hour or two in that canyon. I'm getting on EJ weird ass like, nigga, like, bro, you stupid as fuck. Like, he think it's funny. By this time, he didn't pull out some weed. We smoking. We didn't got high, whatever the case is. We talking about it. I was high at first because I just walked up. I ain't got nothing to do with this, and I'm not from your hood. And they turned around because of what you threw up, not because of where I'm from, even though they would have turned around on me too, but that's not the point. Some time go by. We sitting there. We start laughing about it. We high now. Like, this nigga fried. We finally walk back. You know what I mean? And we out there. But stuff like this used to happen all the time at Oak Park because it was in between Southeast and East San Diego. 54th Street is a busy main line, and everybody drove through there, and everybody from different hoods lived in Oak Park. So it could be some Damus riding through and try to get on who they might think is some Crips, or some other Damus, or some Crips could be riding through trying to get on some Damu. Whatever the case is, it was just always chaotic over there. And that's one of the times where I got a pass, but it ended up going left anyways because they drove off before that second car could pull up. And that second car was not playing no games with us, all because of this goofy ass nigga walking around here like he like that, and he was not like that. But shout out to EJ, man. If you see this, I ain't seen EJ in a minute, man. You still my dog. Shout out Che. Shout out Quincy. I know you gonna see this. And yeah, man, that's a time where I got a pass, but it almost wasn't good for your boy, man. And it really had nothing to do with me. But that's my video for today. This is a long video, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. And I might come with another story of when I've given a pass. Y'all stay tuned.